My boyfriend is afraid to do it with me. He always manages to deflect so smoothly that I don't even realize it at the moment. He's fine with kissing and hugging, and about 50% of the time, he just comes over and kisses me while I'm doing something or just grabs me for a hug. But if I try to take it further, he changes the subject or the mood. For example, if we're watching a movie or something, I start touching him, he starts play fighting, and when we're done, I'm usually too sweaty or tired to do it. I'm okay with waiting until marriage or something like that because apart from this, he's an amazing person, but I need him to tell me. No more weird diversions that are driving me crazy. If at any point he had said he didn't want to have sex for X reason, I would have accepted it or broken up with him. I've been single long enough to know how to take care of myself, so it's not that I need him to sleep with me. We used to see each other only on weekends, but he hasn't tried anything since he moved in a month ago because I realized that I would only get rejected and I know how annoying it is to be pestered for sex. Before anyone starts with a red flag, girl break up with him or some nonsense, he's a great boyfriend and person. He's thoughtful, loving, intelligent, doing a PhD in biochemistry, and also very attractive. This weekend we both got drunk, me a little more than him, and for some reason, he was so sexy I couldn't resist. He kissed me, and instead of kissing him back, I just put my hand in his pants. It was like I had electrocuted him. He jerked away, and the look on his face was pure terror, and I didn't realize it until this morning. I thought I had accidentally scratched him down there, or something. He just silently put away the drinks and pushed me onto the bed. We normally sleep together, but we just sleep. After that, I passed out, and I think he slept in the guest bedroom, but I'm not sure because he's really good at cleaning up and I woke up around 1 p.m. with a super blurry memory. The only reason I realized that night was real was because he flinched when I kissed him. After lunch, he made really good scrambled eggs. And he has been a bit more, I guess, cautious around me when he hugs me. If my hand gets near his thighs, he moves away or grabs my hands or something. And I don't even know how to bring it up because it's such a weird question. Do I ask, why don't you want to sleep with me? From previous experiences with my exes, blunt questions don't usually go well, and I don't want to break this relationship over something so simple. Edit. First, to those accusing me of assault when we were making out, he was lying down. I was with my feet over his waist while holding his face, and he had his arms around my back and head, pulling me towards him. From previous experience, this is usually the part where clothes come off, so I assumed it would be fine. But it wasn't. My bad, and he doesn't seem mad at me and is acting normal. I apologized for the weekend, and he said it was fine, that I was drunk, and it was a shock. I said I wouldn't do it again, and he just smiled and kissed my cheek, so I think we're okay. Also, from what I could feel, he does have a friend down there, and it's not small. As for his orientation, I'm 99% sure he's not gay, but I don't know if he's asexual. Second, we didn't get to talk about intimacy because he came home upset because apparently the transduction didn't go well and now he has to regrow the cell lines or something. I didn't really get it, but he's pissed, so we hugged, ordered pizza, and now he's sleeping with me this time. Update. Before I get into the update, I want to answer a few questions. 1. Why did you let him move in? Because his rent was going to go up by like $250 a month at the end of last year. He would be locked into a 6-month lease, and I own my apartment. I'm giving him a 50% discount off his old rate because of a boyfriend discount I made up. He wanted to pay me the full amount, but I refused, and he decided to do most of the house chores, so it's fine. So far, no issues. 2. Why have you never talked about intimacy? It felt very uncomfortable to talk about it so clinically, and as one commenter mentioned, I wanted intimacy to happen organically, not because I pressured him into it. Now on to the update. I started apologizing again for what I did on Saturday, and he brushed it off like last time, saying I was drunk and it was just a shock. I still don't believe it was assault like most of you are saying, and more that I misinterpreted the situation, but it was wrong of me to do that when I knew he didn't want to go further than kissing. Then I started digging into why he doesn't want to have sex with me, and as someone said, I did it gently. I said almost word for word what someone wrote here, and his response broke my heart. He started off staying quiet, and it took a bit more probing before he asked me not to laugh, and I feared it was that he had a small friend down there, but it was much worse. This man has been assaulted twice, once as a teenager by a teacher who would also rice him vaccines, and once a few years ago at a party. And both times no one took him seriously, and some congratulated him for scoring with the women. The first time he tried to go to the police, and they made his life so miserable that his family moved cities. And the second time was almost just as bad. My boyfriend is 6 feet 3 inches, fit, and very attractive, so the girl who attacked him at a party basically blackmailed him into sleeping with her by saying she would scream and no one would believe he was innocent, and since no one besides his parents took him seriously, he thought I would laugh at him too. Of course, I didn't, and at that moment he was crying, so I just hugged him, and we sat like that for a while. Honestly, the only reason I reacted so calmly was because after reading the comments, I prepared myself for him to tell me he had been assaulted. Thank you for that, because otherwise, I probably would have panicked and ruined my relationship. I apologized again now that I knew his story, and he said it brought back memories, and that's why he reacted that way. Now I feel terrible, and he doesn't seem to hold it against me, but still, I'm going to do something really nice for him. He always wanted to go skiing, so maybe I'll book a weekend on a nearby mountain the next time he's free. I asked him if he was willing to have sex with me, and he said he's been trying since he moved in, but he's also terrified of having a meltdown or something, and that's why he's been giving mixed signals. Every time we sleep together, he wants to do more than sleep, but he's scared. I said I'm willing to wait as long as it takes and suggested therapy. But the waiting lists for therapists are really long here, especially for those we found who treat trauma, so I don't know how long it would take. We both promised to really talk to each other, and I also assured him that I would always take any issue he had seriously and wouldn't laugh, even if it seemed embarrassing to him. Things are getting better. He wants to have sex with me, and for now, we're going to take it slow to make it easier for him, so maybe I'll plan something romantic this weekend and woo him. I cooked some of his favorite food for dinner, and now he doesn't tense up when I touch him, so baby steps smiley face. Anyway, thank you guys for the advice because while I was worrying about the issue of him being gay, assault never crossed my mind, so thank you for the help.